Welcome to Profile Traders, and this is Reza, and you're listening to the market analysis for Monday, December the 8th. Over the weekend, I spent a little time explaining what has been going on overall in these markets, which we are witnessing three things, as I stated. One, a very dangerous stock market bubble. Two, a destruction of physical traded commodities such as gold, oil, grains, etc. And a very severe currency devaluation, pretty much a war of devaluation of other currencies against the US dollar. So more of that took place today in the commodities, especially oil, and the stock market itself finally gave in a little bit to the downside, despite the fact that this morning they tried to fool everybody to make believe that we were going to continue on the way up. But as soon as we reached the overnight point of control and we were unable to follow through past that level, then market slowly turned down and gave us a very severe, high volume, all red color reversal. Obviously, this is absolutely nothing. This is just a little drop in the bucket. If you recall, I warned you that we are going to go do a higher high possibly, and then fail there and turn around, break down. Therefore now, for this bull trap to be an official one, on a daily, we will have to break and close below 2047. The moment the daily will close below 2047, we will have a very official bull trap in place, and a severe reversal should be happening. In case you didn't again see that daily chart, you can see how much of an hole we have down there where price should collapse. So to make a long story short, for the time being, my sell zone is 65 to 68. If it violates higher than that zone, the next zone will be 74 to 76 and a half. On the way down, I have the 2047 and the 2050 area as support. Therefore, one should not play the bracket of buying down there and then selling up there in my bracket until one of these two sides, one of them decides to break. A break above 68 should take us to 76 and a half, and a break below 47 should have no difficulty to bring us to this POC down there at 2030. But if there is a little bit of a brain left in humans, definitely this market is due to a pullback and a correction, and it wouldn't be the end of the world. It would make the market a little bit more fair than just being disgustingly manipulated to the upside, and it will make both sides happy because everybody will make money, long and short. So you have the levels for ES. Now let's go to crude. More punishment. Now $63 a barrel. We are no longer seeing this market being affected by supply and demand. It is now 100% under emotions, and this is a mixture of a lot of businesses, especially investment and speculation businesses in the oil area and oil trading, hedge funds, investment shops, etc., that were heavily long crude are all going bankrupt and closing doors. And as price goes lower and lower, it brings more and more and more forced distressed business into the market. Therefore, as of right now, it doesn't look anything bullish, or it doesn't look like we have seen a reversal at all. For anything to happen on the upside, we should clear out of 64. Past 64, we could have a fast return towards 65.8. On the way down, I really cannot tell yet, because I believed we are going to get close to support, but every time I believe that, it keeps on going and going and going. But let me assure you of one thing, that this whole drop in crude is not as joyful and cheerful that everybody believes, because it will create the following. Number one, it will slow down one of the fastest growing sector in the United States, which is energy, exploration, extraction, etc., etc. Two, it is depraving income from one of the most crazy, volatile and violent group, which are the oil producers, i.e. Iran, Putin, that crazy Venezuelan communist, etc., etc., etc. As their income will go down, do not be surprised at all that one of these morning you're gonna wake up and you're gonna see that again geopolitical crisis and events have pushed crude up significantly. Already Iran has started. Iran has issued a news report yesterday that it is not at all a lost objective for them to attain the atomic bomb, and if they decide to obtain it, they will go ahead and do it. And we also know that Putin is flexing its muscle and is already starting to show that he wants to play it rough and tough, and he's extremely unhappy with the sanctions, and the sanctions are starting to hurt him economically. And trust me, he's not your little 115-pound skinny guy in the office here. If he's unhappy, he's gonna show it to the rest of the world. So this is creating geopolitical uncertainty moving forward. And number three, what crude is possibly telling you is that the world economies are so rapidly shrinking that nobody from the oil buyers to the oil producers expected that such a sharp slowdown would kick in that would affect supply so badly that all of a sudden the producers are sitting on a vast amount of oil that they cannot sell because demand vanished. If that's the case, be very, very careful with the phony baloney rat hole paper market being at record high. So downside, I do not know. All I know is that at some point close to these current prices we should find support. But I know that for anything bullish to happen, we need to go back above 64. As for gold, 1186.62 that I told you on my previous report did hold. Therefore, we got a very nice reversal once we exited back into the 1200 exactly like I told you. It's on the record, you can go check that in my last recap. Now it is starting again to look bullish. As long as we remain above 1180, I am extremely bullish on gold with a 1260 to 1275 upside objective. It is the absolute cheapest undervalued real asset that there is out there, in my opinion. And once that whole scam of the Federal Reserve and their printing and the putting money into the pocket of the billionaires by channeling the world saving into the stock market is over with, and when people will realize how much garbage paper is being printed by Madam or Chairman and the Draghi, the dragster of Europe, they will see that gold after all is not a bad asset to have. So today we got a good reversal up, and again, as long as we remain below 1180 to 1185, I am targeting 1250 to 1275 on the upside. Again, this was Reza with Profile Traders. Thank you for listening, and if you wish to learn market profile, check our website www.profiletraders.com.